The development on a player like this is the exact type of thing that you want to see in your save. And welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Bolton. If you're still enjoying it, drop a like. That would be most spectacular. Helps out with that YouTube algorithm nonsense. So, halfway stage of the season, dead on halfway, 23 games played, we've got 51 points, and somehow are not in the automatic promotion places. To give you an idea of how good 51 points at this stage of the season is, we'd go for a 102-point season and wouldn't be automatically promoted, which is actually kind of crazy, but it does just show you the sort of quality that's in this league right now. West Ham, in fact, are on for an unbelievable season. If they were to keep up the sort of record they're on right now, it does look like a three-horse race, but that could all still change. You know how these things go. In addition to that, a couple of weeks ago, I did an interview on a channel with a YouTuber/streamer called Mr. Diz. And the reason I wanted to sort of mention it here is because I'm going to put a link in the description if you are interested. It's about an hour long, but mainly because I got into sort of the more details of the stuff as to what happened and why I went away 2 years ago, because I'd never really talked in huge length about what actually went on with that. So if that is something that would be interesting to you potentially, and we talk about a lot of FM and all sorts of other stuff too, streaming, YouTube and all that sort of jazz. So if you're looking to get into streaming as well, it might be quite a good thing for you to check out. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description of that. Do go check it out. I'd love to hear what the state of the board is now that you're top of the league. Surely they don't have any complaints. Oh, ye of little faith. Of course they do. So straight up on performance, it is still A+. I'll give them that. However, they still only rate our matches, but bear in mind, on for over 100-point season, still C+. Today, we host Brentford. Sorry, no, we don't host Brentford. We're actually about to embark on a stretch of 5 consecutive away games in the Championship, and this could be the turning point of our season. I think if we can come through these 5 games with 9 or 10 points, maybe I'd settle for 8, then I would say we're right in this, because it is a difficult bunch of matches against some good sides who might be struggling a little bit, but are still, generally speaking, good teams, and they're all away from home. So it's a big, big test of our resolve for this season. So let's see how we do. James Breeze wanted by Sheffield Wednesday. Interesting. Obviously, Firmino suspended. We don't talk about that. Suggested squad. Yeah, we're going to have to move some stuff around here. Really? No. Temenushkov will still start, obviously. I'm not crazy. Now, this is, again, they do seem to like putting Ho here, but I really don't want to be sort of using him too much here if I can avoid it, because I want to play him through the middle, because he is genuinely, I feel like, going to be fantastic one day. Not there yet, but he'll get there. We'll move Wendy and... What's the difference in passing? Yeah, no, Wendy is definitely not as good as Critcho Noble, just in with the ball at his feet, I'd say. Put Lawrence in here. Porteous is the one that usually gets... The reason is, my assistant refuses to sort of choose to start Lostak, so that's why he always shuffles it around weird when you ask him, essentially. If we could just get through this tough point of fixtures, that'd be fantastic. Oh, by the way, FA Cup third round, we drew Chelsea, so that's basically us out, and I think half of our team won't be able to play against them. I want 8, 9, 10 points from these 5 away games. That's my sort of task for the lads. If we could start it off by getting a win away at Brentford tonight, that would be the perfect way to get this on the road. Oh, straight away. Temenushkov instantly in behind. He's on springs tonight, boys. Booty back to him. He's not scored this year. That's the one thing Booty hasn't contributed yet this year, is a goal. That being said, he has provided so many that I can kind of forgive him this one. John, back to Lawrence. Back to John. Booty delivers it, and it's cleared away relatively comfortably. Lostak will pick it up, though. I can't believe he had the game of his career. I mean, that hat-trick and an assist in that game he put forward was absolutely ludicrous. Low Everton. Can he find a teammate? Not really, but he just holds on to it. James Bree with a thunderous strike. Regan Booty out wide. Is Temenushkov going to pull a little run for him? Yes, he is. He loves that ball into the channel for Temenushkov. Oh, he's got inside. Oh, nice idea, though. First half an hour has been quite subdued. It's another one of those games where we look very stable at the back, but aren't creating a lot going forward just yet. Temenushkov, though, can he cut inside again? He's got Sunderland, the defender standing him up, and that might be a penalty, and it is, and Temenushkov will take it. He doesn't have the best record with penalties, but he should be better than he is. It's a strange one with him. So here we go. Chance to give us the lead after half an hour. Kun Temenushkov stepping up, and he's slotted that home with aplomb. All sorts of plums. A whole plum tree of plums there. Kun Temenushkov, 18th goal of the season. I think that actually equals his tally from last year, and we're at the halfway point. Brentford 0, Bolton Wanderers 1. Hey, it's taken the penalty to break the deadlock, but if we get another 1-0 victory in a sort of scrappy game, I'll take it. Oh, Lostak's put it down. Round the side for Low Everton. Bree might still be in the middle, you know. And he is! Brentford 0, Bolton 2, James Bree's 3rd goal of the season, and that was just terrific. He made the run into the middle, they didn't find him, but he just sort of stayed there and made an extra striker for us, and Brentford couldn't handle it. You see the way Bree makes the run, and then he just sort of chills. for a little bit and thinks, you know what, screw it, I'm going to make that run again. Gets himself in a great position, and it's a really simple finish from James Bree, but that is what we need out of that inverted wingback. They're almost like a striker that runs from, it's like a deep lying forward. That's what I want. Well, half-time and 2-0, albeit with the penalty in there, but I think we're good value. Booty claps one over the top, and Temenushkov might be able to pull off some magic here. The defender doesn't quite know what to do with him. He's trying to get towards the box, and he's whipped it across, and it's... Ooh, what an interesting attempted finish. Whittaker now for Brentford. A lot of players surrounding him, and I'm amazed he's managed to keep the ball there, but he has. Sanderson, and that's a poor tackle, I think maybe even from Regan Booty, perhaps. Niall John sort of sussed back in there, and it's over the bar. James Bree will bring this down with a nice little header into Low Everton. So I brought on... Oh, what a ball. Oh, he's missed it. How has he missed... Oh dear, that is actually quite bad. Critchlow Noble driving right forward. Oh, this is very libero-like from Critchlow Noble. What a ball through as well. Temenushkov, that's a good save by Gunnarsson, but that all came from Critchlow Noble just picking the ball up and driving into midfield with it. It's nice to see him do that occasionally still. Ryan Sessegnon now for Brentford. It pains me to see him playing for Brentford, it really does, but we have to deal with the situation at hand. Oh, Ryan, why? He's not even on loan. It's a permanent deal. Good with the ball upfield, and Temenushkov might actually bring that down. He does. Not a lot of space for him here, though, but he's got support. Leighton Clarkson, round the side for Lostak. Can he slip it round the side potentially for Temenushkov? Not a lot of bodies in the box for once for us, but it doesn't matter because Low Everton was in there anyway, and it was very nearly 3. I mean, the game, I'm going to start showing this towards the end of the matches just so you get an idea before we actually finish off. Like, we've been very, very good on the night in this match, and Temenushkov might even grab one last chance for us. No, it reminds me a bit of the Nottingham Forest game at the very, very start of the season. One of these games where we just sort of, slowly but surely, create chance after chance and play our oppositions off the park. And I think we've done a fantastic job of that today, to be fair. So well done to the lads there. Low Everton's ball in, and it's cleared. Oh, caught by Gunnarsson, and that should do it. It's going to be Brentford 0, Bolton Wanderers 2. Excellent victory away from home. That's 3 points out of the 10 that I really hoped we would get on the board already, and that's a really good start. I think everybody played their part in that one. Right, a good chunk of games off camera, and we will be back in a minute. Right then, we're back. We went away to Palace and we got bloody lucky. Matt Smith with a ball whipped in, and Harley Ewan playing today gave us the lead, and that was all she wrote. It was a very, very poor game from both sides, but we were definitely the worst of the two teams. We basically got that goal and did nothing after that. Palace weren't brilliant either. This is probably a 0-0 kind of game, but we just managed to scrape through, and 6 points from our first 2 away games in the run was a good sign. However, the optimism very much did not last as we went to Villa Park against somewhat struggling Villa. Several tackles there on the same player did nothing, and then Jack Grealish smashed one in off the crossbar. Frustrating that we had 2 players on a guy and neither of them could tackle him, but that's how it goes. 20 minutes into the game though, James Bree flying down the outside, gets the ball back, whips a lovely ball in, and who should be there but Temenushkov to smash it home for 1-1. I thought, okay, we're going okay. Except we weren't, sadly, as Beauregard's ball was whipped in. A free header for Adam Webster. I have made some changes to our defensive corner setup to try to prevent that, but it wasn't to be. And then from another set piece later in the match, Villa were able to make it 3-1. But as you can see, we just weren't good enough. It was then a very similar story away at Birmingham, sadly. We did at least take the lead in this game, though. Owen Ho puts the ball through, bad deflections all around, and Ryan Cassidy was able to slam it home to give us an early lead. And I thought, okay, fair enough, we might actually get it. Except almost directly after that, Hunter was there, Villalba, and then just terrible from Ziga. I don't even know if that's going in, but it was in the end anyway. 1-1, and then moments later, yet again, Birmingham were just very, very good on the night. Oh god, Danny Loader getting the ball out on the right-hand side, whipping it across. 3 defenders on one player, none of them could get a foot in. And then, before half-time, Birmingham were able to make it 3-1. We did have some chances in the second half, but it wasn't enough. Just a simple ball through the middle, and Danny Loader smashes it home for 3-1 Birmingham City. So 2 defeats in the Birmingham area in a row, and shipping 6 goals in that period wasn't ideal, because we actually gave up a lot of chances in both games. I think the tiredness just caught up with us, as we definitely turned it on a lot more away at Derby County. Still didn't quite get the result. Unfortunately, Louis Sibley scored this absolute screamer. That's 2 absolute screamers we've conceded in this period. The players just aren't getting out enough, and I think tiredness is a factor in that. But on 65 minutes, some nice work on the edge of the box here. Niall John getting it. Booty flicks it around the side. Low Everton, I was just about to substitute him, bails us out and enables us to get at least the 1-1 draw here away at Derby. So 7 points from our 5 away games in that period. I wanted to see if we could get a bit more, but 7, it's still not the end of the world for us. I would have preferred 8. But hey, we couldn't have got 8 once we got to the final game, but I think we were still better than Derby. But then last but not least, we were at home against Millwall. It was the 92nd minute. Lostak gets the ball, he dinks it up, and Ryan Cassidy's header, much like against Barnsley earlier this year, gets us an incredibly important late winner. And again, I think we were vastly better than Millwall here. I mean, not vastly better. 1-0 is about a dead cert fair result in this match, but it very nearly wasn't, quite frankly. A great little ball to the back post from Lostak, and Cassidy was able to head it home. Sadly, Temenushkov's twisted his ankle, so Cassidy is going to be up front for us for the foreseeable future. However, the man is at least scoring goals for us when he's in the team, so actually I have a lot of faith in him as things stand right now. We've had to make a lot of rotation plays, but we have finally had a week off. Oh, it's about bloody time. As that leaves the league like this. We're actually level on points with West Ham still, but they do have the 2 games in hand. We've just sort of managed to tread water through this period, which, to be fair, with 5 away games, I'm actually pretty happy with that. We're 4 points behind Burnley right now, and I still, like I said, think that we're just going to be that little bit not quite good enough to get into that top 2 battle. I think we might be on an island of our own in 3rd place, but at the end of the day, I still think that we'd be a very strong competitor for the playoffs, although Birmingham City started to put a bit of a run together, much like they did last season, so we'll have to see how that goes. Riga Booty onto 14 assists, Temenushkov onto 19 goals. Ziga now, though, look at that. Most clean sheets in the league at 12. I mean, that's pretty good for Carlo Ziga, when you look what he does sometimes. Also, the Indian dude that I've showed you a few times is now wanted by PSG. We can't afford him. We literally don't have the cash, but it's very interesting that now that PSG are sniffing around him. So that'd be amazing if he ended up joining PSG. And I often see a lot of talk, particularly in our regen chat over on the Discord, link in the description, about arrows and how seeing the upward arrows is a really nice sign, and I agree. And the one player for me that has consistently been looking like that this season is Oyen Ho. He has been spectacular as far as his development so far this year. He's really looking like the type of player who could max out whatever potential he may have, and I really hope that he can do it here. And he's still only 18, lots of room to grow. That driven personality with 20 determination, I think, is going to allow this guy to really be something for us in the future. However, he has had a very poor spell of matches for us, but in spite of that, he's still improving, which is the main thing. He burst onto the scene and now he's sort of settled in, but there's still a hell of a future behind this guy, for sure. The development on a player like this is the exact type of thing that you want to see in your save. We got the win against Millwall, but it was a bit tight. But we played better against Derby, better against Millwall, and I don't think it was... I think we just had a bit of a bad patch with so many away games in there. Getting the away win at Palace was key for us, though. 7 points above Forest as well as things stand. I still think 3rd is the best we could get, but you never know if the others start to creep back. I just don't know. So, changes can be made. There's a few little injuries around the club, sadly, but is that really what I want to do? At least we can play Booty here, and James Bree's now back as well, which is nice. The back line as well, for Mayo, Critchlow Noble, and Lacazette Roche is finally back together and good. Porteous again is back too. It's definitely a lot fresher of a team, which is about bloody time. I think I'd rather play Lawrence and Mata, now that Niall John's not, unfortunately, able to play today, like that. Mata has turned down a loan extension. Even though I set him to star player, he may change his mind when he goes back. If not, there is another guy at Chelsea that's basically the same player who we'd be able to bring in to replace him. So I think that's going to be our lineup. The bench will be Clarkson, Oyen Ho, Smith, Lostak, Good, Giles, and Goldston. And we have shown over the last couple of games that we can be very solid at the back again and create the goals when we need to, more than like we've not looked as free-flowing in the last few matches. We've not scored more than a single goal in any of the off-camera games, and that is a concern. But like all of these things, it swings and roundabouts. At the end of the day, we cannot argue that we haven't had a much better season this year than last year, and the changes we've made have definitely improved us dramatically. And I think we're moving a long way in the right direction, even if we were to not get up from the Championship this year. And I still think that without Automatic, it's still an absolute, crapshoot as to what happens. But having a fully fresh and rested team today, and a pretty much not quite full strength, but up there for me, is certainly going to make a difference in a fixture like this as well. A lot of the rotation has definitely cost us at times. We're building one of these slow-burning kind of build-up plays, and I do wonder if there's something magical at the end of it. Maybe Porteous just takes his man on and spins one across for Cassidy. Here he comes, goes past one. So much space for Bree. He's going all the way through, finds James Bree, and it's a good shot again, saved by Walton, but again, Bree into that position. So half an hour gone. Porteous is about to come off in a second as well. I'm going to have to replace him because he's just picked up a twisted knee. But Villa haven't had a shot yet. We've had a few little half chances here and there. Ball through. Oh, hang on, back for James Bree again. Wow, he gets into so many good positions. We're just slowly grinding towards what might potentially be a first goal here. Booty goes out wide. Back for Lawrence. There's not really a good option on his found Regan. Booty though. Oh, and it's cleared off the line by Villa, and it's still not into the back of the net for us. We've been really good so far. I mean, there's a lot of good signs from what we've put together in the first half here. Controlling possession, the passing's been fantastic, creating little chances here and there, limiting Villa to literally nothing. Got players surrounding him, but he's still managed to find Booty. If there's anyone that can conjure something, it's him, with his lovely little gloves on. Ball in, Lostak! Oh, and there's the chance. Regan Booty whips across in. Petter Lostak stooping low and hard, I guess. Bolton 1, Aston Villa 0, and that was the perfect time for it as well. I said, if anyone could conjure that kind of magic, it's Regan Booty. And to be fair, all he did here was just put in a really decent cross. He just put it in a good spot. Lostak makes a little run across. Keeper maybe could have got there, but it doesn't matter because it's Bolton 1, Aston Villa 0. Hugely important goal. Booty's just standing around, waiting for the moment. Oh, wow. James Bree. Go on, James. Skips past the challenge. He loves this. Smashes it, and it's into the side netting. But I just don't want to concede off of Villa's first shot. considering how... Oh, come on. Great stop from Carlo Ziga. There's a reason why this man has the most clean sheets in the league, and it's for things like that. Down hard to his near post. That could be a win-saving tackle for us here. And 2 wins out of 2. Oh, there we go. Not bad. Lawrence has lost it. Lawrence does lose the ball a lot more than a lot of our other players, I find. He's too easy to just knock off of it. And again, with the too many players around them just not making any effort to actually save it. Oh, for goodness sake. This is something that's been creeping into our game a little bit lately, and I put it down to fitness levels at one point, and that might still be the case, where we could win the ball, and we've got 3 or 4 people around a player, and they just don't put a tackle in, and it allows this huge gap to open up because we've drawn so many players in. Still a great finish from Jack Grealish, but it's a very tight angle, and I think... frustrating, really. I think we played all right today. I think we've been very much the better side in this match, but that's just how it goes, unfortunately. There we go. Bolton 1, Villa 1. Disappointed with that. I think we should have won. I mean, it happens. It's been the last few matches where we've been limiting our opponents to virtually nothing and still not getting results in matches, and it's annoying, but it happens, and we must continue to plough on and get some more results going. We've got Chelsea in the FA Cup next, so a nice complete break from that entirely. But teams that get promoted automatically don't throw away points like that. I mean, as it stands, we're still like, what, 8 points above the teams below us? We're very much in the battle, but we're just not quite good enough, I don't think. Yeah, an interesting month of fixtures. We've done okay. It's fine, I think is the best way to describe it. So we're coming back next time for our home game against Chelsea in the FA Cup. I don't know who we're going to be able to field for that game at all, but we've got some big fixtures in that next month as well. But the main thing is just a bit more freedom as far as the matches. We might be able to get fresh squads out there a lot more, and I think we can really kick on from now. So maybe now's our chance. Who knows? So if you've enjoyed this, drop a like. That'd be superb. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be awesome too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and at the weekend. Link in the description as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.